Flight boss, bitch. You're now listening to the Mind of an Aries Moon, and I'm here to carry out God's duties and motherfucking responsibilities, because I'm the Archangel Uriel. Now, we're going to get into the Mercury signs. This is the first Mercury sign. Mercury and Aries. Now, Mercury and Aries people. Now, like I said in the Mercury video, Mercury deals with the your quickest, it's the fastest planet next to the, and it's next to the sun. So any quick type of reactions or actions, like any kind of quick thing you do, or you know what I'm saying, I'm just giving you an example right now of what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? That's all Mercury right there. You know what I'm saying? Mercury is your initial state and how you build and how you communicate within yourself and to others. So the things that your moon sign receives, Mercury helps detect and helps put together, so you can understand what you're receiving. Like, you would never be able to understand someone else if you didn't have a Mercury. You know what I'm saying? Which is impossible, you know what I'm saying, for you to be here on this earth and not have a Mercury sign. You know what I'm saying? Now, Mercury, and then another reason why it's so close, is only could be so far away from the sun. So Mercury could either be the same sign as your sun, which that's really how it's initially humans was built, for their Mercury to be the same as their sun, so they could communicate, so your actions can be communicated in the right way. But depending on the motion of Mercury, it may land in the sign after or the sign before your sun sign. So you know what I'm saying, that just adds a little dynamic to your actions, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, Mercury is its own thing. It's the communication. It's how you communicate. It's how you understand what's going on in your head. A person with a fucked up Mercury may not understand what's going on in their head, or may not be able to explain to someone else what's going on in their mind, but they are aware of what's going on in their mind. Now, Mercury and Aries people are, you have a fast sign, which is Aries, and then you have a fast planet, which is Mercury. This could be to a detriment. It can help, but it can also hurt, because Mercury is like I'm saying, it's fast towards actions. So if your actions is already fast, which is Aries, which I can speak for this right now, because I'm an Aries sun, and I'm my Mercury is in Aries. So what happens here is, I already think, like, my actions, and already I read body language already. So and then fire is, it burns through reality. So when we do read someone's body language, at the same time we're seeing through them, and we're putting together. Mercury is the fast sign, so what happens is you're able to put together thoughts real fast. So I can see someone, see the way they act, which is that's the Aries sign itself, which is action, because it's the first sign here. So it has to do things to understand it. You know what I'm saying? I just can't understand it by sitting back and looking at it. It has to have some type of whatever it's trying to understand has to have some type of action to it, and then that's where Aries become key at. Now, see, if you are Aries or Aries Mercury person, and you don't quite understand a person, 9 times out of 10, that person that you don't understand is a person that's always quiet, person that's never showing you their actions or reactions or whatever like that. But soon as you put together in your head that is this person's actions, not to show this, that, and the third, and you're able to quickly assess in your head what kind of person that person will be in any given scenario or situation. So that's what Aries do. Like, we're here, Aries are first the pioneers, and they have to understand something on their own. Like, so by Mercury being here, which is how you communicate, how you put together thoughts in your head, you analyze a person by analyzing yourself. You put together things in your head because look, Aries are the sign of the self, which is the so a lot of times that could play out with being selfish, or it could play out with being selfless, but it's always from a place of trying to understand the self. So you may overextend yourself to others to see them, to understand yourself, or you may be selfish to try to have yourself back, so you don't be in any vulnerable situations, because Aries hate being vulnerable. So when Mercury get here, that deals with the intellect and the communication, what you build in your head. What you do is you by it being in Aries, you already understand yourself, and you understand you're ahead of everybody because Aries rules the head. So that get manifested literally, like you like to stay ahead of the situation. So with Aries and Mercury people, you could be a Pisces with Aries and Mercury. You could be a Taurus with Aries and Mercury, and you could be an Aries and Mercury. So either these three signs, if they have an Aries and Mercury, what happens here is you're able to understand someone else because you understand yourself. So you already together with yourself. You know what you like, what you don't like. This is Mercury in Aries. Aries is the assertive sign. So in the head, you're not indecisive. You know what you like to do, and you know what you don't like to do. You know what you're into, and you know what you're not into. So when you start assessing someone else, you can kind of understand. By understanding the self, you can understand that person, because if you see them doing something that you're not into, you're able to quickly assess in your head all the things this person may be into for them to even come to the conclusion of them showing themselves that way. Like you kind of can predict lightweight. A lot of Aries Mercury people are psychologists, or people who help other people out mentally, because you're able to quickly assess the mind of a woman or a man because you're here first. You're ahead. So you know all the capabilities a human have, period. So anytime someone show you actions or reactions, you can quickly assess in your mind, this person only had to been in these kind of situations to even come out to be that kind of person. For an example, let's say this is a light example right here because this is obvious. Say you see a bum on the street, right? Aries, now like I said, is way deeper than this. Mercury and Aries people know how to assess real hierarchies of people. You know what I'm saying? But this is a light one so everyone can understand. Say you see a bum on the street. Now say bums, being a bum is not normal. Which is not normal. Let's say we in a perfect world where everyone is rich, and then you catch a bum person, right? Now, the Aries Mercury person is going to see this bum person and understand why they're a bum in the first place. See, other signs may look at it and start building in their head like, damn, something must have happened in their life for them to come to this conclusion. Or, dang, why is this? A lot of signs just look at it like, why is he a bum? He must be lazy as fuck. Stop, and go tell that person. And then a lot of other signs will go help them. They'll be like, okay, here, you need help or something like that, or give them some money or something like that, because they feel for them. The Aries and Mercury person start to begin to analyze why this person became a bum in the first place. And 9 times out of 10 it'd be right. Because they know the self. So once you know the self, you'll be able to communicate that with others. And 9 times out of 10, others will agree, because at the end of the day, you're all humans with the same common sense of wave flow. Y'all just go about it in different ways. But the Aries Mercury is quick on this, and is quick to assess this. So they look at the bum and be like, okay, he must have been in this type situation in order to come to this type situation, and this must have happened in order for him to be in this situation that he's in today. They could quickly do that. So just in that sphere of reality of having your mental case being like that, which is Mercury and Aries, having your mental case like that, it bleeds into other scenarios and into other situations like that. You know what I'm saying? To the point that you can kind of predict a person's actions before they act on it, just because you know the ramifications of how you would do it yourself and how you wouldn't do it. So when you see someone else's actions and reactions, you're able to assess in their head. You're able to assess in your head what even made them come to that conclusion in the first place. So you're able to see all them energies, which is fire signs as energies, and it's hot, so it burns through reality. So you're able to look at this person and not put that person in a box, but be able to analyze every person like that without putting them in a box. You understand the slight differences certain people may have just by understanding yourself. So that's Mercury and Aries. You know what I'm saying? And they're witty because they can, since they understand communications themselves for how they need to communicate. When another person show their communication skills, Aries Mercury know if they should be witty with this person, or they should be sarcastic with this person, or they should be straight up with this person, or they should be decisive with this person, or flip it on a person and be indecisive on that person. Aries think about this type. Aries Mercury's think about this kind of shit because they know the hearts of men. They know the minds of men and women, which is mankind. They assess it for themselves and give it to. Now, a lot of times they can be wrong, and this goes if they're a fucked up person, if they're a fucked up sun sign or moon sign, and then they try to oppose their own opinions on others. And if they Mercury debilitated, they're not going to be able to explain it right. But not like 7 times out of 10, Mercury and Aries people are quick to assess these type of things by reading body language or and seeing the energy field behind what you physically can see. So they're able to predict things just based on that's the way that the Mercury Aries is structured. It's fast on understanding what goes on closest to the sun. And since the Earth is the third rock from the sun, we are from the sun, Mercury is most frequently used. So these people think real fast. But you can think so fast and react so fast that you can hurt yourself and assume things that's not true. That's the detriment of it, you know what I'm saying? Because Mercury fast, Aries fast. So sometimes you may do something so fast before receiving the right information that you think, and you may think something that's not really what it is because you're thinking too fast on it. So you could burn, Mercury and Aries people could burn themselves out faster than a lot of signs. But if they slow down and take the time, like if you're a Taurus sun or a Pisces sun, then this can help out the Mercury and Aries. But Aries sun and Mercury and Aries are the prime ones who can figure out and predict what's going to happen. It's just they need to slow down and let it happen. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. Air grams.